Hello, my lovelies. So, I just wanted to make a quick video because I hadn't in a while, and I felt like I should talk about this subject. First thing, I want to make a quick note. We did get my cat Itsy Bitsy spayed. It was a decision that we made together, my husband and I. And we spoke to the kids about it too, about what was best for Itsy Bitsy. She is primarily an indoor cat, but as cats are, she's very sneaky. And my fear is always of her getting outdoors on accident and running into a male cat and him impregnating her. Also, we wanted to get her spayed before she went into heat the first time because it just seemed like the right thing to do. You know, I've heard from several people that it improves their health, and I just didn't want to see her go through that because I've seen cats in heat and they just act like they're very uncomfortable. And since we're not going to breed her, and if we were going to breed her, then we would get a breeder involved because I know nothing about breeding because I wouldn't want anything to happen to my fur baby. But since we came to the, decision that we don't want to see her go through having kittens and then having her kittens taken away because I can't have, multiple kittens where I live. It's just not allowed. We have an allotted amount of pets that we can have in one home, and I already have the allotted amount of cats I can have, which is one cat. And honestly, with my health and stuff, I don't think that I could really take care of multiple kittens. And then you add Eli with his health issues, and it just doesn't seem like a very ideal lifestyle for kittens who need and deserve constant love and attention. That's just not something I want to bring a kitten into. And when you breed a cat and you give their kittens away, I would love to say, oh, everybody I give a kitten to would take the utmost love of their kitten like I love my fur baby. But the fact is, that may not be the case. You may have a family who's just getting a kitten for their child, and then the child gets bored of it, and then they throw the kitten out. And that's a horrible thought. And then you have to watch the mother mourn as she watches her kittens go. And that's just something that I'm not prepared to see my fur baby do. Plus, I just don't want her going through the pain of pregnancy and stuff like that. She's still so very young. And, it was just a family decision that we were not going to breed Itsy Bitsy. Anyway, that being said, we took her to a veterinary hospital, and I paid some extra to have the laser therapy done so she wouldn't be, in so much pain. It's a smaller incision, and honestly, it didn't cost that much. It only costed $50 more than what I was normally going to pay. And then I also paid a little extra to have her nails trimmed again. I pamper my girl. she's my baby right now. My fur baby. And anyway, they did such an excellent job, and they made sure that she wasn't in any pain. And the incision was so tiny, and she's running around right now. She's able to run around. And what really impressed me is that they called the next day and actually asked about her. I got a call from them, and I thought, oh gosh, something's wrong. And they're like, no, we're just calling to see how Itsy Bitsy's doing. How's she feeling? How's she acting? Is she eating? Is she going potty? Does she seem like her old self again? And I was like, yeah, she's fine. I was really shocked. I was like, wow, thanks for calling. That's really generous. I was like, that's really nice, because this is a busy animal hospital. So the fact that they took the time to call really did surprise me. And I will be back for all of her shots and grooming and anything she may need. And she was lethargic for a couple of days. This was done on Thursday, but now she's up to her old self again. And even though I'm limiting some of her movement because I don't want her to, you know, possibly get hurt, she's able to walk around and play and, you know, do basically what Itsy Bitsy likes to do. And every now and then I'll check on her. I'll turn her on her back gently and kind of baby hold her, and I'll check. She just lays there and she lets me. She gets a snack for every time she does so well. And I just check the incision. I make sure I don't see any swelling or leaking or bleeding or anything like that. And, you know, it's shaved there so you can see perfectly. I don't have to pull at her fur or hurt her in any way. It's right there where you can see it, just kind of above her no-no square. And it's looking great, you know. It was a little red when I first got her, but that went away. It was a little puffy, and that's going away. I've never seen any leakage or anything. You know, I just make her take it easy. She's playing with my foot right now. So she's on the floor. She's laying down. She's just playing with my toes. Nothing strenuous. If she does start getting a little overexcited, I calm her down. She's had to go in the kennel twice, but it was only for like 5-10 minutes, and then I let her back out. She was calm. She's doing great, though. That's basically the gist of it. But basically what I want to talk about, the main point, is I've talked about the highs of CPTSD. I've talked about the lows of CPTSD. Now I want to talk about the norms. And you may be thinking, well, what's so special about the norms? I mean, if you feel normal, what's there to say? And you see, the thing about the norms is that sometimes they can be harder than the highs or lows. Because just like with bipolar disorder, when you get used to being in the highs and the lows, the normals can kind of seem boring and dull. Because that's what it is. It's just normal. Whatever normal may be for you. You know, normal's so different for so many people. The thing is that it's not what your mind conceives as exciting. You're not feeling depressed. You're not feeling overly elated. And it may sound bad, but you can get addicted to depression. You can get addicted to that low. And that's a horrible thing to say, but it's the truth. You can get it's a little dark on this video. Hold on a second. Let me fix my lighting. Nope, that's not how you fix the lighting. Sorry about that. Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. That's better. Sorry about that. If you haven't been able to see my face, here I am. I'll have to check out the video later. I'm about to get me one of those ring lights. So that'll help take out some of the yellow in the bulbs, because I won't be using those anymore. So I'm about to get me one of those. They're like shaped like a ring, and I'm about to get me one of those. Anyway, beyond the point. You can get addicted to the highs and lows. And it's like, it just makes you feel like something's always going on. So when you enter into the norms, kind of like I am now, it just feels dull. And this can be a very dangerous time for somebody who's going through this, because that's when they seek out other ways to feel that high or that low. And sometimes it can lead to alcoholism, drug abuse, self-harm. It can lead to a lot of things. And you may think, well, is it the goal to feel somewhat grounded, normal, some sense of normalcy? Yes, but once you're there, no. So you can kind of lose track of what your goals are, and you can find yourself in a place where you're thrill seeking, and that can be more dangerous than just feeling like you're high, you know, in that good mood when there's actually nothing going on, because then you don't seek it. Or if you're feeling like you're in that low and there's actually nothing going on, so you don't have to seek out anything. But when you're in that norm and you're seeking out some sort of different feeling, you know, that roller coaster ride, it can lead you into doing some very foolish things without thinking it through. You act before you think. And I would like to say that gets better with age, and it does. It really does. I know for me it does because I'm not so impulsive. And, I would, for some people, you get more in life to live for. Like, you start having children, a family, a career, a house. There's more on the line than just whatever's in your youth, And for some in their youth, they don't have much to worry about. So it's like, let's do it. And I know for me, I went through that phase in my youth. I didn't have a car, and I didn't have a mortgage, and I didn't have a husband, and I didn't have kids. And, I was just kind of, I was young. So I was impulsive. And I made some really stupid decisions. And then when I did get a car, I still made really dumb decisions because my attitude was, so what? It's mine. I'll do whatever I want. And even with my job somewhat, because it was kind of a job that I wasn't interested in, I was like, I'll just find another job. I was working at Walmart, and I was like, who cares? It's just a deadbeat job anyway. And that just goes to show my immaturity level at that time. So, but at that time, I also didn't know that I suffered from CPTSD. I was not diagnosed. And so my attitude was kind of like, I only get one chance at this. I guess yellow before yellow was cool. And I was like, this is my one life. I'm going to live it while I'm young. And I made so many dumb decisions when I was going through the norms because I was thrill seeking. I wanted to feel that, high. I wanted to feel that elation. I wanted to feel that joy. So, yeah, I did go out, like, drinking way too much with friends. That was one thing that I did. Now I can say I never did drive drunk. I was taught better than that. So that's something I never did. I never did drive drunk. But I did get drunk enough in situations where somebody could have taken advantage of me. And, it was just, I look back at those times and I think I was so lucky that I had good friends. Because there was an incident where a man tried to take advantage of me at a club, and I was acting irresponsibly. But I knew enough to know I didn't want to be in that situation, and I had a friend who stepped in and was like, no means no. And the lady said no, because he was just getting too aggressive. And I'm not going to go into details because I don't know who all my audience is. I'm just going to say he was too aggressive, and had I not had that friend there, my story might have gone very differently. And I have to hold myself accountable because it was my fault. I put myself in a position where I could have been taken advantage of. Now, I'm not saying that that's the same for everybody. So please don't think that if you've ever been taken advantage of, that I'm saying it's your fault, because I don't know your story. I'm saying in that situation, if I'd been taken advantage of, it would have been my fault too. Now, he would have been responsible too, but for putting myself in that position, I would have had to hold myself responsible as well. But thankfully, I did not go alone, and I had a male friend who respected me, and he stood in and he was like, she said no. Not once, not twice, but 3 times she told you no. Step away. Go find somebody else. Or just go home. Whatever. Just not this one. Not tonight. Not going to happen. And to that friend, I will always be grateful because, like I said, my story might have gone differently. But that's just an idea of some of the things I have struggled with, not just the highs, the lows, but the norms. And it has led to some very reckless behavior on my part in the past. Do I still do things that are reckless? I have been known to do some things, but it's not as reckless. I know when I'm going through the norms and how to deal with it now. I found healthier ways to deal with it, such as exercising, yoga, um, video games, you know, cooking. You know, I try to find better outlets. You know, the other night, my husband and I did do a little bit of drinking, but it was in the safety of our home, and we didn't drive. And when we got a little tipsy, we called it a night and we went to bed. So, there you go. Drink responsibly. Don't get on the roads. But why did I drink? Because I just wanted to, you know, let loose a little bit, and that's the form I chose. Do I drink all the time? No. I drink about twice a year. So, you know, it's a cycle. It is. It really is. But like I said, I also, you know, use caution, and I hold myself accountable when I do anything that, you know, I know is kind of riskier, such as drinking and stuff like that. You know, no driving, get a babysitter, be responsible. It's just one of those things I've learned during my years, you know, transitioning from a young adult to a more mature adult, you know, and learning life lessons. So that's something that I experienced in my life. And I can't say that, oh, right after the norms, I go into the highs or lows, because after the norms, I never know what's coming next. It's still unpredictable. It could be the highs, or I could go right back into the lows again. You know, I just kind of came out of the lows of CPTSD and dealing with that and some health issues. It made it really tough on me. But I can honestly say that this period of feeling normal has actually been a relief to me. So it just kind of gave me a break from, you know, the ups and downs, because at this age I'm already getting tired of it. So, you know, but let me know below, you know, if you have anything like that, or if you suffer from bipolar disorder, your norms, what are they like, and how do you feel about it, and how do you deal with this, you know, this period in your life? Because I'm curious about how other people face similar situations as I do, but they deal with it in different ways. I have yoga, I have reading, I have my music, my games. I love Sims 4. I'm a dork. And, you know, exercising. But other people find other ways of dealing with it. I've heard some people say they knit. I have some people say they paint. I have some people say they draw, which I think is wonderful. I wish I was artistic. My baby. And I love hearing your responses. And, you know, they're all so interesting and diverse. And what can I say? Y'all are just wonderful, and your support means so much. We're going on 50 subscribers. When we hit 50, I'm going to do something special again, like I did when we hit 30. Hopefully it won't take me as long as it did when we hit 30. You know, I was going through a hard time back then, but I guess, like they say, better late than never. But hopefully this time when we hit 50, I'll be more on it. So, yeah, I hope this finds everybody doing well. And I have some interesting topics coming up about mental health awareness. I don't know if many of you know, and please don't judge me harshly for this. It's just something I do. I've always followed Dr. Phil, and he had a very interesting character on there. And I say character loosely, and you'll find out why later. Person on there. If you follow Dr. Phil, you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to name any names, but I'm sure it's going to be a very hot topic amongst some YouTubers soon, if it isn't already. She's, I don't know, when it comes to mental health, she hits all the red flags. And I'll tell you why in one of my videos. If you're interested in who it is, comment below. If you think you know already who it is, comment below. I'd love to see some of your responses. Always, you can message me on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. That's itsy bitsy. And I love you all. And I'm going to go get some rest now. See you later. Bye.